starting the podcast. Man, I've been enjoying this because that's like with Bulletproof. Yeah, Bulletproof Studios, they do a lot of the 3D printing because those ice cream bars that we got was that 3D printing. So I think that's pretty cool, man. I like getting interested in that stuff.
It is. I mean, it is really cool.
That you can type something and build it. You know what I mean? It's like,
the really cool thing about 3D printing now is that they have like on a large scale, they have houses that 3D print with concrete.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. There's filament rolls that you can get for like to make literal tires for your RC vehicles.
Yeah,
that's kind of like squishy, but you don't have to have air in it for basketballs. And they make stuff that you can actually use. It's like mechanical that will hold together, that's functioning. So it really is pretty cool. All of the advancements that have happened in this general field in the last
2025,
even say like 10 years. It's wild.
Yeah. Well, I think we're live. So you want to do the intro, Chris, and then we'll just go right back into our conversation.
Yeah. All right, so what's up, everybody? Man, we have got Chris from Nice F. I can't say the word F and model. Man, we're sitting there talking about 3D printing, and he's got some really cool stuff, everybody. I mean, I've been sitting here learning a lot of stuff because I was looking through his channel. This dude is amazing, man. I'm really digging it. I'm really sitting here enjoying listening to how this stuff is done, man. I really am. It's pretty cool to me.
So, Chris, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Absolutely.
To even hang out with us and join us today. But like Chris was saying, we were having a conversation before, about kind of like what you're doing, things like that. Do you want to kind of just give everybody just a generalized what's your channel? Like what are you doing? Things like that.
Yeah. So my name is Chris, and I 3D print and paint horror models and do like horror themed dioramas and props and that kind of thing. Just really kind of having some fun with it. But yeah, so typically the average piece on my channel is a 3D printed bust or full body statue of a, for the most part, famous horror movie character, or video. I haven't done any video game characters yet, but there's been a lot of ask for that too. So I think we'll get there eventually. The problem is that I don't have enough printers to keep up with all the requests right now. So I'm trying to get sponsored. So if you guys know of anybody that works at Elegoo or if any of those places, send them my way.
I know some guys at Bamboo.
There you go. Well, I use my one FDM printer is a Bamboo A1. I use that one to do a lot of my bases.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, all of my figures I use for my resin printers because you can just get a little bit more detail out of that. Nice. But I'm running out of room for all that printing. So once we get some more printers in, we'll be able to do a lot more cool models. But right now, we're just kind of having to do it a piece by piece because there is so much growth. I think it's been so cool to see just the engagement on my channel and just the excitement about the horror models in general has been pretty cool, to see feedback from everybody and all this stuff. And so I have quite a big list going right now of things that people want me to print and paint for content, and where I'm trying to get through it as I can. But like I said, I'm doing other projects in the process, and along with doing all of these commissioned orders. I'm not selling anything that I paint on my channel for content, but I am taking orders for commissioned work. So if you're interested, just reach out and we can work out that. But cool. I mean, it's been a cool experience so far. I'm meeting a lot of cool people, a lot of very talented people. And it really has been a pretty fun, probably 10 weeks now, I think I've been at it. So,
wow.
Has it only been 10 weeks?
Well, I mean, my channel has only been 10 weeks.
I was like, wow.
I will say though, it has still been under a year. I've only been doing it for under a year still.
Wow. I feel like you've gotten pretty. I mean, your reach has gone pretty far, man. Like
I happen to be decently good at it when I first started it, honestly, and I think I surprised myself honestly at how easy it came to me. Even using the airbrush. I had an airbrush in my garage that I had never used. Mm-hmm. It's been tucked away literally in the box still for a couple years. Wow. And I just last fall I took some time off from my business and just kind of needed to reevaluate what I was doing and just I lost my father it was 2 years this month. And so that first year without him, there was a lot of mental health stuff that I was kind of going through, and just really not sure what I wanted to do, and it just kind of losing my spark for a lot of things. And I took some time off, and I came across this video on YouTube where this cool British dude with tattoos and a backwards flat bill, was painting cool models. And it wasn't horror stuff, but it was just really cool models. And I didn't really know that was a thing, to be honest with you. My buddy had a FDM printer, but it was like from when they first came out. So the thing is still kind of trash. It really wasn't all that good. And then when I realized that there was a difference, I'm like low-key kind of obsessed about this. So I started doing a lot of research with it, and I came across this guy's channel, and it's called Ground Affected. The guy's name is Brent. Super good dude, does a lot of cool stuff. And I basically learned to do what I'm doing by watching his YouTube channel. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I bought one printer. It was like a refurbished Elegoo Saturn 3, like a mid-size. So I couldn't do huge pieces, but I could still do decently sized pieces. And it was relatively quick, but it was like a 12K resolution printer, so I could get a lot of good detail in it. And so I was like, I'm going to go for it. So I went for it, and I had a lot of cool prints. I had a lot of failures, in the process, kind of learning how all that stuff works. But yeah, it was cool. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take out my airbrush and see if I can do it like this guy's doing it. He makes it look so easy. And I certainly I ran into a fair amount of problems learning that airbrush. Consistency with your paint is a big one, or leaving paint in there. I think I'm like real ADHD, so I get busy doing something, then I go do something else, then I forget about it. So then my paint dries my airbrush, then I got to take it apart and clean it, and it's just so there's been a lot of trial and tribulations in it too, but it's also been so cool to see that I've been just naturally pretty talented at the painting part. And maybe it's because, like I said, I've been a graphic designer for the past 20 years. And I did apparel before this. My company was an apparel company. So, maybe it's one of those things that I just had a general idea of how, color theory and all of that stuff. So maybe it just helps just having an artistic mind in general. But it's honestly, it's been a lot of fun. And the only reason I started my TikTok channel, honestly, was because I took a handful of models that I did originally through this tattoo shop locally here that was going to sell them on consignment. And I needed a way for them to get a hold of me, the customers, if they wanted something else. So I'm like, I'm just going to do this and we'll see. And I did it, and there wasn't a lot. And then I posted this video about I think it was this Freddy right here. With this Freddy, this Freddy Krueger. And so I did this one and just said, I think it was maybe like my 10th video on my channel. And it has like 60,000 views now. And I mean, I gained probably 2,300 new followers just from that one video.
Wow.
And my channel pretty much blew up overnight when I posted this one. And then I did the one of Jason, this Jason one, also just shortly around that time. And, so this one blew up too. And it really just has been kind of a cool ride, So at this point, things have kind of morphed from what they were. I never intended on even selling anything. I just wanted to, have a spot for somebody to be able to get a hold of me if they needed to. And then when I saw some interest, I just was going to open an Etsy shop and kind of do that. But then when that video posted, there was I'm not even exaggerating here, hundreds of people interested in these models now. So it's like there's absolutely no way I could continue to do
it up and everything.
I couldn't keep it filled. So I'm only going to do things on a order basis. You're going to have to wait for it, but I absolutely will print and paint it for you. It's no different. It won't be more expensive. You're just going to have to wait for it, and that honestly has been the only way to do it, in my opinion. I just, how do you pick one person out of that many, number one, to do it? And it's just a lot to have to try to feel like keeping a shop filled, because really I wanted to paint these models just to really be, have fun with doing something creative and being creative and being an artist and kind of challenging myself with new artistic abilities and just sharing my creations with the world. And then went to this whole other thing that I never intended on having it be. And
it tends to happen at TikTok.
Yeah, but I got to say, it's something not a bad thing, but it really has been way bigger, way quicker than I ever intended. Because like I said, I've done this, September will be about a year. So it's almost been a year. So prior to starting this channel, nobody gave a crap about what I was doing prior to this. I mean, and so it goes to show though, you get into your right community of people and a lot of good things can happen. And I think that's what it was, is I just have found myself in the middle of an awesome community on TikTok with very supportive people, creators, and just general enthusiasts of art and all the dark stuff and horror. And really it just, and at the end of the day, those kind of people always seem to be the outcasts in life anyways. And I think like we all kind of feel the same way. I think we all kind of resonate with each other. And yeah, it feels like home in a certain way, like for the first time, I'm like being praised for my art where nobody could give a crap about it prior to this, which was kind of blowing my mind for a long time, because it was like the idea that people care almost more than I do about the art that I'm making right now is wild to me, but I'm here for it, and it's been a lot of fun to see, and then just have people reach out and want to know how they could get going with it. And now there's been two people, two really awesome dudes around my same age that reached out kind of with questions, and they're doing it too and doing awesome work. And I love that part of it. It's like, I want to encourage people to continue creating cool things, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be horror. It doesn't even have to be 3D printing, but just create stuff, and don't be afraid to like put it out there. Because if that was my big hang up, I didn't put it out there for a long time because I was worried about, the internet judging me, because the internet is a cruel place.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And honestly, like, had I known that it would have gone this way versus the other way, I would have done a lot sooner. But I didn't. And now it's like, I'm just trying to be that voice for people that like, hey, get your art out there, because the right people will see it eventually. And it has been cool to see that really happen with me, So I mean, there's a lot of cool things in the works. I think there's a lot going on, but it really has been a pretty cool ride to see just all the absolute just support from people that I don't even know, like there's 80, I think I almost got like 8,500 followers now. I think I don't know a single one of these people.
You're 21 away.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that like, it's just, I can't even explain how grateful I am, to people just interacting with my stuff every day. And I think I really have made some genuine friendships over the past 10 weeks or so doing this. And it's just been really cool to see. It's been great. Honestly, it has been. So there's a lot of cool things to come, but there's a lot of work to be done ahead of us. But I think there's going to be, I'm uncertain to what's going to happen here once TikTok goes away in the States. I'm trying to get my YouTube going before that does, so I don't lose, a lot of folks. But at the same time, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. But
sure going?
What was that?
Is it for sure gone? Are we for sure?
Yeah, well, they said TikTok. So the new version of TikTok, M or M2, they're calling it, will be available in September, and that's U.S. only. We won't see anything outside of the United States. Nobody outside of the United States will be a part of it. And then by March 2026, TikTok will be gone, they said. Dang. So I mean, it is coming. It is definitely coming. So it's like, that also makes it hard too. It's like I've worked my butt off to get this account to where it is, to then all of a sudden have it ripped away for something that I can't control is hard. Right. So just trying to find ways to get people to, my other channels. I didn't want to do much with my Instagram, but I'm going to have to at this point, so I just Insta and my YouTube, trying to get those going and do more long form videos over there. So people can see the entire process and see what they're getting themselves into. And
I think what you was talking about, how step by step showing people how to do it, that'll really catch on, because a lot of people get on YouTube, learn how to do everything.
Dude, honestly,
how do I change this thing? Let me get on YouTube. There's got to be somebody who knows how to change an alternator on a 67. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. So you do that, people will catch on, man. Yeah, just keep pushing it out there on the YouTube, and it'll definitely catch on, because you do great work, man.
I appreciate that.
It speaks for itself. I mean, you know what I mean? You can look at everything you do; it speaks for itself. You're hella.
Yeah, and I think it's a big testament of what you were saying about just like making the generalized connections, especially in the short amount of time. Like I go back to think about like how you and I even started talking, right? Like one day you popped it to my channel and I was just like, holy crap. Like, I was like, guys, if you haven't seen his stuff, like you need to check out his channel. He makes these awesome horror dioramas and 3D prints. It's freaking amazing. And it was just crazy to be like, wait, I'm doing wrestling content. How are you like coming into it? Was whatever. I don't care. I feel like,
well, you know, I really tried to go in and support all the people that followed me and I followed back, or vice versa. You know, it's not as feasible now with as many people as I have interaction with me and the stuff that I got going on. But I will say, at the beginning, and even to this day, I try my hardest to get on there once a day, twice a day, to go to the friends feed and support who I see. And if there's people in the lives, I jump on and send a couple hundred likes and try to engage, because, you know, people have been great with me, and it's like me doing the same back. And like at the end of the day, I care about these genuine connections, you know, while I don't really care about small talk and things that I'm not interested in. If I'm interested in it, or if it's something that I feel like I'm being helpful for, like I get real passionate about that. And it's been cool to like just see the absolute masses show up for me, you know, every time I post has been great. And I can't thank the people enough. So like, what do? Is I try to go back and support those who support me, you know. And this idea that it's there's been multiple people now that have like kind of come to my messages and said, well, now that you're big time, I'm surprised you're still interacting with my content through whatever. And it's like, I'm not big time at all. Like I got under 10,000. Like I'm still like this normal ass guy from Western Montana, you know, trying to make it on TikTok. But, you know, in everybody else's mind, it seems like I have already made it. And I think that I just want to be true to myself and not change when I ever get to that point, because, you know, without all of the people along this journey, I wouldn't ever get there, you know. And it's just, it's been cool to kind of make real connections with people that I otherwise probably wouldn't have, you know. And then like, there's been people that I really have had good conversations with now too, that started from something just me trying to be supportive. You know, I maybe didn't have any idea about what the content was they were talking about, but I was just trying to show some support, you know, and that blossomed into an actual friendship now on multiple occasions. So yeah, it's really has been a pretty cool, like an all around experience, not just from painting the models or even getting exposure for myself, but just the amount of people that I've met and the cool things that I've seen. You know, there's so much talent on TikTok. It's insane now, and it blows my mind. So yeah, just to be a part of all that has been so cool.
Yeah. So speaking of your models and things like that, like what's your like thought process on like what you choose, which horror character or franchise you're going to do next? Like what draws you to the Chuckies, the Pinheads, the Leatherfaces, etc.?
Well, I think it honestly, it was really, it started differently than it is now, I think. You know, at the time when it started by me having a resin printer. So think about it, it's like this. You don't want to go watch like a low resolution YouTube video on your new 6K TV. You know, you want to be able to find, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to find like the ultra high def version to see what it's really made of. So it's like, I found at the time Wicked 3D Art, who's the guy, they're the ones that did the Jason models for me, or not for me, but they designed the Jason, the Freddy, a few of the other ones that I've done, and they had these horror ones coming out on the same time. So I'm like, well, I got to get these guys first because that's right what I want to do. Let's give it a shot. And I did some other stuff that wasn't horror based, but I found in all of that I don't tend to like it as much unless it's like the spooky stuff. So with that being said, I had access to those models, so I printed those first, and then it just became I would run across the model that I saw. So I want to do this one next year. This is cool. Or this one might be really challenging, but I want to try that. So, and really that's kind of what it comes down to. And now it's changed a little bit because there's like a running tally of things that people want to see for content, you know? So I will say I wasn't super stoked about doing Chucky or even doing Pinhead for that matter, but I'm more excited about doing Pinhead now because of this new Pinhead file that I think I am going to snag up, which will mean I will be one of 40 people in the entire world with access to this.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, you know? And yeah, so I think that my approach to choosing what models that I want to do, number one, it's like what is going to keep the dopamine there the longest.
Yeah.
You know, what am I most interested in?
Yeah.
You know, and number two, I like being different. I don't like doing the same stuff. So while all of these models that I have, anybody else can find these models for the most part, purchase them and do it themselves. So
Right.
what sets me apart is my paint and sometimes like using multiple different techniques on it. So like the leather face,
I'm actually sitting there looking at it right now.
Yeah, so that, I mean, that's like a real chain link or a real barbed wire fence that I made out of craft wire and like soldering wire. So like the fence is real in that one, which is cool. You know, I like doing like the cross material stuff where I did the Henrietta from Evil Dead 2. I cut the hair off the model because I didn't like the way the hair looked, and I put real doll hair on that one. It looks 100 times better. You know, so like that's one of those things that like I do those kind of things to kind of set me apart. This Pennywise one, you know, that I'm working on now, I put like the clear UV resin over the top of the water and going into like the little drain so it looks like it's wet, and I have a little red light behind the boat. Just those little things, you know. I like doing the little things like that make it stand out just a little bit. Because again, I've always been kind of an outlier, you know, and I don't really care to be like in the popular crowd or be like, you know what I'm saying? So like I've always done things my own way, and I kind of have grown up kind of appreciating being different like that. So like the idea that I see other creators doing the same thing on their channels. I don't want to do that. I want to do something a little bit different than most people are doing. And so I just try to find ways to do that. And some models it's easier to find ways to do that than others, you know, but yeah, I think that really picking the models just comes down to number one, how quickly I can either get it done or with this, you know, because that's the other thing too, is like some of these busts I can get done in just a couple days, but some of the full figure models, those take a while to do sometimes.
Right.
You know, and that really becomes a lot too. So yeah, I think it really just comes down to sometimes the pieces that I can fit in printing in between printing the pieces for my commissioned orders, the orders that people are paying for. You know, I don't want to put those behind just to do the content, but I have to still do those. So, you know, that becomes a little bit challenging. So that's what I'm saying. If we anybody on here knows Anycubic or Elegoo or those kind of folks, send them my way, because you know we get some more printers, we'll be good to go. But as of right now, you know, we're making do with what we have. But like I said, I try to just find models that I can print relatively quickly. So typically I will paint a lot of busts on my channel just because like turn them out quicker. You know, but every once in a while I kind of get that I need that fixed to get a little bit more creative with it, you know. So we do bigger pieces. Like the Leatherface is a pretty big piece, and the Chucky's a big piece. You know, I kind of bit off more than I could chew. And of course now I'm like knuckle deep in that Necronomicon from Evil Dead. So there's a lot going on, you know, but I'm having a ton of fun with it.
So I feel like you jumped to my neck. Like one of my other questions is like, when you started talking about doing that project, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. So
perfect. Okay.
I automatically got real excited. I was like, I'm going to have to tell him after the Bray Wyatt, I need a book. I need a book like ASAP.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like I bought I have one, but it's not very deep, like it's not very big or anything. It was like a Blu-ray set or whatever.
Oh, right.
That looks like the book. And then I have like another one that was released. I
think Trick or Treat Studios released one, I think.
Yeah. I think that's the one I have. And they're okay, but I really like what you're doing with yours.
I get you.
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to be one of the first. I gotta be one of the first.
You know what's funny about that whole thing is like I just so like growing up, my dad and I were always, he was always very creative too. And he never painted the spooky stuff like this, but he was always doing art. And I think I kind of like, followed along with certain things. But for every Halloween, we'd always make like a little cemetery at our house and do like the fake decorations and fake tombstones with the foam and all that. So I found like I had like this decorative stash box that I wanted to make like a replica book from Hocus Pocus with the eye and whatever else. Well, I started doing it and I poured it with actually like real latex, and then it got tucked away a couple years ago, and I found it on my shelf when I was cleaning and getting ready to start filming for this stuff, literally a couple years later. And now like, oh, I want to redo that. Well, then a lot of people have been like, you need to do the Necronomicon. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that to that one. I want it to be the actual book and not just like an empty stash box. So we'll redo it then. And so I just figured I'm gonna go for it. And really, I'm glad that I did, because I've been having a ton of fun with it. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. In my mind, it looks incredible, but
I'll tell you right now, it looks great.
We'll see when we get there. Like I said, I think that the mask, I got this mask foam latex that I've never used before, but they make prosthetics and stuff with it. So that will be here Tuesday. I have everything else ready to go. Is
that what you're going to use for the
I'm going to use that for like the back. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. So I cannibalized one of my daughter's Dr. Seuss books. And so use that and use some coffee to kind of get it stained and old and weathered, and did that whole thing. And now I have it in place. I have it binded to the book. I'm gonna have to take it out real quick, I think, when I put it in there permanently, just so I can kind of get it all covered, but then I'll glue it down. I think it's gonna be great. Honestly, I have the books, even I drilled through the spine that I made and then tied that to the book spine itself, so it's not coming out at all. It's such
nice.
It's honestly, it's so sturdy. It looks so good. I'm literally cannot wait to get it done. So I just but it's a lot of things that I have never done. I've never poured a cast, so I have to cast this thing, hope that turns out, and then once that goes, then I got to pour that rubber latex. Hopefully that works. So there's a lot of up in the airs, but everything else to this point has been great so far, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. I think it's going to look so goddamn good. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah,
it's going to look so good, and honestly, like I think that people have been really excited about it. There has one couple actually asked me to make them one for their wedding that they can have guests sign.
Wow.
To do like empty pages in it to have guests sign at their wedding. So
wow.
It's cool to kind of see that people are like so excited about what I'm doing that they want me to create these things for their big days like that,
Yeah.
It's wild to me. But
one question for you. Somebody commented, wonder if he does RE stuff or Silent Hill stuff.
So Resident Evil or
Resident Evil.
I have not done either of them, but I found an awesome model of the nurse from Silent Hill that I want to do. So I'll be doing her. I'm certainly down to doing any of that other stuff. I really do like doing zombie stuff. I haven't done a lot of it. So I think that, like, again, I do what I'm drawn to at first. Like, that's what it came down to, is I wanted to just print and paint the models that I found interesting. Then I would share them. And if somebody wanted them, great. If they didn't, then they didn't. But then, like I said, it's kind of morphed into something more than that now, because just people have really kind of, got on board with what I got going on. So things have changed a little bit, but I'm adding them to my list. I think there are multiple people, like I think almost all of the 13 ghosts are also on that list. There's so many, you know what I'm saying? There's just so many different models that I want to be able to paint that I just don't have the time to right now. So like I said, once we get more money coming in and I get more printers going, we'll be able to do more of that. But I think we're doing what we can with what we have right now. And it's been a lot of fun to see the excitement around all of it. It really is.
Yeah.
It's cool to see.
I bet you if he did a pyramid head, people would lose their shit.
Dude, honestly, speaking of pyramid, so there's a guy, Vincent, a super good dude. He actually kind of helped get me on pace with that, or put me in the right direction for that that pinhead model I was talking about earlier. And he came back and he's like, sorry, mate, I'm not going to be able to do it. That's a protected file, all this stuff. And then ironically, 2 days later, the designer from that file liked one of my videos. And then my mind kind of got blown that like, oh my God, this designer for this is liking my stuff. So then I reached out to him and we kind of had that talk. And that's when he told me about the exclusive program or the exclusive set for it and all of that. So he has an awesome pyramid set, kind of little diorama that he is working on that looks great. So I'm hopeful that he's going to tell me where he got it from so I can do it also.
Yeah, we'll beat him up. We will definitely put his link in the video here. We got people commenting wanting your link to your YouTube and
perfect. Yeah,
everything else. Yeah,
all of it is this nice FKN model. All of my channels are the same. And if you haven't gathered, it's a play on Beetlejuice. I am a big
freaking model.
I'm a big he's a honk. I'm a big Beetlejuice fan, big Tim Burton fan. My sleeve is all Tim Burton characters, and so yeah, I thought, you know what, this is a perfect like homage to like Beetlejuice, one of my favorite movies, doing the model stuff myself, and it's been great to see how many people actually pick up on that reference because that was like what it was intended for also. So, but it does make it hard for this because not everybody wants to say it. Not nobody knows how to say it, but either way.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't want to say the words. So I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
So speaking of Beetlejuice, what are your thoughts on like the stuff that recently like Spirit has come out with the Beetlejuice items, like the sign, the sandworm that's come out? Are you into those types of things that like mass produced like that? Or
I've never been much of a collector, I guess, because in my mind, like I think this is cool, but I would rather make this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I get myself into like just creating Central where I just got crap everywhere because I'm making all of these things.
Right.
I definitely love Spirit. I love everything in Spirit for the most part, but I would spend way too much money there all the time. And I don't have enough room to create stuff, but I love the gimmicky, knick-knacky stuff there.
Yeah.
Even if it's not super like, movie accurate, I just like the idea of all of those old films like that I grew up on. Still being so big today. My daughter she'll be 5 in November, loves Beetlejuice. She loves Tim Burton, loves all the spooky stuff. She's an artist like me, and it's so cool to kind of see all of that and how it's working out. So I don't really have anything, negative to say about the stuff at Spirit. I don't really collect any of it because I do think a lot of it is pretty overpriced, really for what it is. When I know the models themselves, I could do a far better job at painting them than any of the ones that you'd buy there. But at the same time, I think that I definitely have found some things that I'm like, I cannot leave the store until I have this in hand, so, with that said, I think I would certainly spend more money there if I could, but I don't think my wife would appreciate that too much.
Yeah. So with your pieces, do you feel like what's the story that you're trying to tell with each piece? Do you like envision them as like collectibles, art pieces, or something else?
I think it kind of just depends. I think for the most part, I just like to create cool pieces of art. At the end of the day, like some of my stuff isn't always going to be like movie accurate, but I think I have really become like good at having my own style, if you will. People seem to just say that I would love to see how you would paint this, or what your Pennywise would look like, or what your this would look like, and that's been pretty cool for me. And I think I just really have tried to embrace the fact that I am only doing horror stuff, so lean into that, lean into like the shadowy areas on the models, lean into the idea of having it not be so clean and precise, have it be a little dark and dingy sometimes. And I don't know, I just, there really isn't a specific story other than the fact that I like to share the cool models that I find. And sometimes I'm thinking to myself, I think I got myself in over my head with this one because there's no way I can finish this. Like I sat on this David bust for probably 4 days messed his eyes up like 3 times, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And then I went back in just one day and worked on it for like an hour straight, and I got it to work, and now it looks great. But
There you go.
so sometimes that happens too, I think, like where I just want to be able to share cool work with people, but in my mind, if it doesn't look as good as it can, I don't want to put it out there. I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I think that sometimes hard because there's models that I have issues with that people love, absolutely love them, and I think I'm too hard on myself. So, I think that, yeah, the only story that I try to tell basically is just that you can do so many cool things now, and you don't have to rely on companies like Sideshow, or even just the very limited figures that NECA has. That there is a lot of other options now for people. Certainly, it's going to be more expensive to get one of my models than get a figure from NECA.
Right.
But at the same time, it's going to be, yeah, and I think so. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. It's just letting people, because that's the other problem I think with my channel at first was I wasn't selling at all at first. I just was creating for people, and so there's been a lot of confusion. It's all started and grown and exploded so quickly that, like, at first it was just me creating and showing people, and then it was like, okay, well, I'll let you know when I get my store up, and now it's like my store's not coming. It's too busy. So if you want something, you have to message me. So it really has transformed a lot in a short amount of time. So really, I don't know that I've had time to really sit and assess and like make a clear plan for anything because it seems to be changing so quickly. I'm just trying to enjoy the ride while we can, and really just do what the people want. I really try to do what the people commenting ask, for the most part. It really is something that I don't just ask the questions to get engagement for my channel. I really am curious because I think it helps. I mean, I want to do the things that people want to watch. If they don't want to see it, it's not going to get the engagement anyway. So it doesn't matter if I do it or not, and yeah. But with that being said, I think there still needs to be a little bit of interest in whatever it is that I do. So, that's why I said to myself, like, I don't want to stray from the horror thing, just as a means of making $1, because that's not what this is about. This is about me doing art and sharing that, and I'm glad that I kind of have kept that, because now I'm kind of known to be the horror artist, which is cool. And
there you go.
Yeah, and just try to build on that, and maybe one day I'll be able to sell one of my models to one of my favorite rock stars or something like that. But until that happens, we'll keep trying.
So we'll go into just a couple more. So favorite horror icon, scariest model so far, and what's your next dream project?
So I think I don't really have a horror icon. Yeah, I don't really have a horror icon. Like I said, a lot of my favorite horror movies are the supernatural horror movies. Like the Conjuring franchise is my favorite, probably. I love the Conjuring.
I love
Can't wait for that new one.
I know the last rite looks so good. So I think that, like, it's hard. I don't really have a specific like horror icon per se, but I think probably modern day, probably art. Just because I've painted so many of him. I have a couple shirts with him. One of my favorite bands seems to be obsessed with him. Ice Nine Kills. So
nice.
It's one of those things that, yeah, I think that if I had to pick one of them, though, probably I would pick Leatherface out of the old guys, the OGs. Okay. I think that is scarier just because it's like those kind of people potentially could really exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that could really exist, where like Freddy Krueger doesn't exist, or like some guy like Ghost.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that.
But you know what I'm saying.
So like on the pedo, Freddy was
right. The idea of some backwoods hillbilly doing that people with a chainsaw is way more realistic to me. So like that seems way more scarier. So yeah, I think for me that's probably who I would choose, would be Leatherface.
Okay. Now which Leatherface though? Now, would you go classic, like, what was it, 70s?
70s.
Leatherface?
Yeah.
70s, would you go Rob Zombie Leatherface? Or would you go, like, the in-between? I don't remember who the other director was, that tried to rehash it
like
too.
the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm doing the pretty lady version, right, or the pretty woman version right now, the full model, and I really like that one. But I gotta say, there's something about the newest one, like he just looks more gritty.
Yeah.
Like I'm about that. Like Rob Zombie is one of my favorite horror directors. Like I love Rob Zombie movies. So like clearly, like the Halloween Rob Zombie, forget about it. That's my all-time favorite. I think that will be best. That will be the best in my opinion. I know that it's not always a popular opinion, but so yeah, I would say like the current remake version is probably was it the one where shoot, what is her name? The girl goes back to that old secluded house, the old house.
Yeah.
It's like her family. She wins it like in like the estate or something
Right.
like that. And yeah, that's a pretty gnarly one. But yeah, I definitely that's probably the version that I like because it seems to be less polished. And also, I think the Pretty Woman is just not gory enough for me. If that makes sense. But yeah, I'm really excited about the chop top that I'm going to be doing here soon. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Hell
now,
yeah.
would you do a I don't know if they're still doing it, but I remember at one point at the old location, the original shooting location, they were doing like Airbnb where you could stay the night.
Oh, I have seen that. I have seen that.
Would you do that?
Oh, I absolutely would. Yeah, I absolutely would. I would do that in a heartbeat. That's the one thing that I'd love to do too is like, I love all that spooky stuff. So if I wasn't so damn scared of traveling, like I would do that more often because like I would, the Lizzie Borden house that you could stay there. That's a B&B.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. So just do some of those spooky things. Eventually, I'd like to get to a point where I can take some of my models to like a horror convention. Set up a booth. I think eventually would be a lot of fun. Just meet some people. But I think honestly, like I'm having so much fun doing this Necronomicon. I'd love to be able to do some more prop stuff too, and not just stick to the models. So I just like creating a lot of cool stuff, and it doesn't have to be just one thing or another. So, but yeah, I think, and to answer your other question, the scariest model, I would say that Reagan model is she's pretty creepy. Her eyes look pretty creepy. Yeah, it's hard to say though. With models, I haven't done a lot of scary ones necessarily. I think that the Henrietta is pretty scary looking. And she's big. It's like 17, almost 18 inches tall. So she's big. Damn. I actually, it was funny, but that one and another ash bust I traded to the owner of the tattoo shop that my stuff is at for some tattoo work, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I will be getting a
win-win then.
Yeah, it was, right? I'm like, yeah. So her and her husband are huge fans of Evil Dead, and they saw that. And
wait till they see the book.
Yeah, we'll do this. I know exactly, and I'm working on this. I got another. I got
full back piece out of that.
I'm working on the Demon the Demon Ash right now, also.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
So, and that's actually a pretty decent size. I mean, his head is probably this big, So it'll be a lot of fun to get that one going. But yeah, it's been cool to be able to like get tattoo work for my models and like just meet all these cool people and just connect on cool stuff like this. I want to be able to do the models that people aren't doing right now. Like the characters like Chop Top that there's not a lot for, or the rest. Like there's very few decent quality files for Michael from the Lost Boys also.
Yeah.
So he's another one that we're working on, and just kind of do those obscure ones that not a lot of folks are doing. And
that's the thing, though. That's what will set you apart from everybody.
I know.
Else.
I really want to do that, Dr. Satan.
It's like, they want that particular model. They know they can come, because there are collectors out there, man, who just want it up in their room, and they're yeah.
I mean, look at us. Look at the three of us. Look at our backdrops. I mean,
right.
I think it speaks for itself. But talking about that, Michael, like he's so iconic as a character. Like you don't see much. Like even figures, you don't see anything. Posters, yes, from time to time, but nothing like official.
And I will say, Michael Myers is also, with as big as he's been, it's hard to find decent quality 3D print files for him. That's why, like, I've honestly stopped showing mine because everybody's like, that looks like Josh Brolin. And it's like, I will admit that it does look like Josh Brolin wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So now I kind of just troll myself with it because it's just, I'm sorry. I'm tired of listening about it. But at this point, it's like one of those situations where they don't have a lot of files available. So I printed one of these originally when I found it months ago. I did happen to find another from the same artist that did the Reagan model that I did and all the arts that I did. He did a Halloween Kills version. So I will be printing and painting him soon. So that'll be fun. But you know, yeah, he's another one of those characters that everybody wants to see, but they're limited. And for being as big as he has been for the past 40 years, not a lot of people are doing it for some reason. So,
you know what would be hilarious?
Candyman.
Oh, yes, he's on my list too.
Yeah, one of our subscribers said that. Yeah.
So you brought up Josh Brolin.
Right.
He's in town filming a movie, and one of my friends is working with him. And I was like, can you imagine if you sent that bust and I have him sign it?
Dude, that'd be so funny. I mean, I would do that in a heartbeat. I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't know if you saw one of my last videos, though, but I did it with him. I said, you know, my name is Chris, and I 3D paint horror models like this Josh Brolin wearing a Michael Myers mask just to get it out of the way before anybody else could say anything. Because honestly, like clockwork, every time I post it, somebody says it. You know, and it's like, what do you want me to do? I didn't model it. I just painted it. I'll let the modeler know.
Well, I mean, I may have to have you work on a dream I mean, outside of the Bray already, we may have to make that Bray life size, sir.
I mean, we can do it too.
I mean,
we could definitely do it. You know,
you talk about wanting more printers. I mean, you got an investor right here. We'll do a little trade.
Let's do it. I'd be down for it. So I think, you know, if you guys follow anybody else that does this kind of stuff on TikTok, STL Hub is his name. Mm-hmm. He did a life-size Deadpool as a commission piece for a tattoo shop. Yeah. That thing is insanely cool. So cool. I would love to be able to do a full-size Freddy or a full-size Jason or one of, you know, somebody else.
I think the Fiend would be a great first try.
It would be cool. It would be cool. You know, maybe you can have Bamboo send me one of their large format printers and we can get going with that. But you know, like, I'm in the process now of trying to get them deals. I've been literally emailing every printing company once a week with my stats on TikTok. Hey, check me out. This is a good opportunity. You know, honestly, every video people want to know what printer you're using. What are you doing? It's like, I'd like to be able to say it was yours. Yeah. You know, and right now I have been using Elegoo, but they haven't answered me. So maybe I'll be using Anycubic or something else. But, you know, I think it would be cool to be able to do, you know, to have a bigger formatted FDM printer to do those big pieces like that. I think that would be so sick. Even if it takes, you know, a month or two to print because you're only using that one large format, it would still be cool to put together a 6 foot tall Freddy Krueger or the Fiend or, you know, whatever you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be so cool. So, you know, those are dreams, pipe dreams for sure. But, you know, if anybody wants to help make that happen, I'm certainly game for it.
Whew, you get me excited right now.
I don't even know how you do that.
Let me check the credit limit on my cards real quick.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
You talk life-size Fiend, I'm like,
right. I don't, you know, that's the thing too. And somebody's like, well, what would that cost? And it's like, dude, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Just the idea of putting all that together would be hard to even quantify.
That's what I'm trying to think. How would you do it? You know? Yeah,
I mean, you'd have to print it in stages. It's just would be a lot of gluing and filling and sanding. All of the worst parts about doing this, you know.
He's got a lot of intricate details.
It'd be so cool though. It would be awesome.
Now I saw somebody one time make a life-size Master Chief and Arbiter from Halo. Mm-hmm. Like, he did it in sections. Like, he printed each section on his like normal bamboo printer and just put it all together. And man, when it was done, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see some of that stuff come together like it does. But I think it, you know, if I didn't have to worry about like tying up one of my only FDM printers to do something like that, I totally would. Because it's like, you know, once you get it on there, you let it do its thing and you don't really got to touch with it, you know? So like, I just don't have enough printers to like tie one up for it. But I certainly, that would be, let's just say this, I will be doing a life-size statue at some point. When I hit that 10,000 mark on TikTok, I'm going to give away a life-size version of that Freddy Krueger hand, though. So, that's coming soon. I'm pretty sure that was one of the models that I put in to be judged in the fair, and I'm pretty sure that one won a blue ribbon also. So,
nice.
But yeah, do a 1-to-1 scale of that hand's going to be sick. So I'm going to start getting that going here shortly, because hopefully I won't be too off of that.
You're not far from it, bro.
So once we get there, we'll be doing that. I think I have plans for Halloween to do some Ghostbuster model giveaways. I think I'm going to repaint and give away that Slimer. And then I'm going to do the Stay Puft Man also.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
So you do those. And I really want to try to get into doing more giveaway stuff and, just give back to the people that have supported me, because it's like people have been so great with everything. Honestly, I can't even fathom just the support that I've had for the past 10 weeks. And, to be able to do stuff now that I can, I have enough orders coming in where I can just give away my cool stuff to people that really want that, has been pretty cool to see. Just hopefully those folks that don't follow me on this show, if they are into the horror models or just cool stuff in general, give it a follow. But like I said, as summer rounds down, we're going to be doing more of that, the giveaway stuff. And just got a lot of cool things planned. I don't know if you saw that video. I found that dollhouse. It was like a cranberry.
I did. I can't wait.
At the Goodwill for $8. I'm gonna do an unboxing video tomorrow, probably, on that thing, and it's gonna be cool though. And my plan is to put it on a base of a diorama, but then be able to take it off so it doesn't have to be stuck to the thing, but have your graveyard and all that, the spooky stuff.
Can you imagine if you did the Freddy house? How it's all boarded up?
I did find a file for the Freddy house where you put a light inside of it, so the windows light up, but then on the back there's this. Looks like a gash mark in it, but it actually projects his clawed hand on the wall behind it.
Oh, that's cool.
Really cool. So I'm gonna try to get that one going here soon too. So again, there's a million models that I want to paint. I just don't have enough time or equipment to do all of it. So trying to prioritize all of that has been challenging. But
man, dude, this has been great talking with you, man. I appreciate the time. Josh, do you have any questions for him?
I think y'all about covered most of it. I can't think real clear at the moment.
Okay. All good. Well, like I said, Chris, we appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us and just kind of, yeah.
And somebody commented said, "Chris, I like your shirt." I was like, "Which Chris? This Chris? This Chris?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which one? There's 3 of us here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Chris.
Well, I think I'm the Chris with a K though, right? Am I the only one with a K? I think.
Yeah, I'm with C. So. Yeah. But yes, thank you again for taking the time out to just join us and kind of chit chat about what you're doing, things that you love, and I can't wait to get started on this Fiend project with you. I'll send you a message. I was gonna send you a message anyways about it to get started. So I can't wait to showcase that to everybody.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I know. I got a couple Freddy's going right now. There's a Chucky going. Add that to the list. Let's have some fun with it. I think it'll be cool because it's I need sometimes new models to do.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one for me because I've never done it before at all.
Yeah, I'd love to see how we can get, because I think there's a TV on it. I'd love to see how we can get that lit up or make the status.
Oh yeah, we could definitely do that. Yeah, I could print it. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And then the door, if you ever, I'll have to send you some links to his videos, but there's a thing where the door opens up and it's lit up, the light comes behind him, and there's a swirling effect. Really cool. So I'll send you some links.
Oh yeah, send me some links of what you want. We'll see what we can do. I'm sure we can figure something out. There's a lot of cool things you can do now with very simple electronics.
Yeah.
Real quick before we burn out, somebody had one more question.
Yeah.
Has he done any alien models, xenomorphs, etc.?
I have not done. So I was going to do, before this whole thing blew up to what it is now, I was working on doing a xenomorph coming out of the wall, holding just was going to get an old picture frame and do it that way. And I haven't done it yet. I do have a awesome Alien vs Predator diorama piece that is like 1/6 scale. So I mean, those things are going to be each figure is probably like 13 and a half inches tall.
Oh wow!
You know, and they're battling each other on this giant base. So eventually, I will be doing that. The Predator is actually the very first model that I ever painted. I did like a small Predator bust.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but I have not done Aliens yet. But like I said, those two are on my list. They weren't specifically horror, I guess. I know they can be. But I do find them cool because I think, you know, my dad was a big Aliens fan. And so as a kid, I grew up watching those movies. I had like the PlayStation 1 game for Aliens and, you know, love that stuff. So eventually we'll get around to it. But again, you know, there's so many cool models to do and it's not enough time to do all of them.
I get that for sure. Well, I wish I had your skill set, man, on that stuff to be able to do stuff. I'm on the basic 3D printing on my carbon. So, you know, one day I'll
I think you just got to go for it. Honestly, I didn't know I'd be any good at it. Honestly, I just wanted to try it. And to be honest with you, if I wasn't as good as I am at it, I probably wouldn't still be doing it, you know, but I lucked out. I happen to be naturally talented at it, I think. And I picked it up very easily.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have a ton of fun with it. So it makes it easier and it's very enjoyable. Like it's literally one of the things that I would do all day, every day if I could. I just love painting models so much. So,
had the piece of Montana in the background too.
I know, right? I know. It's beautiful out here. I want to start painting outside. Man. Yes.
I was looking at some of your videos. I was like, man, I get sunset. That is just awesome, dude. I love Montana. Sorry, I just do.
No, honestly, I really am blessed for you know a lot of different facets of life. It really has been a cool journey. I'm really living in a great place out here. It's like we're outside of the bustle of city life, and you know it's quiet and sunsets and mountains and wildlife and kids, and it really has been great. And
awesome.
You know, if you ever get a chance to come to Montana, you got to go. But I'll tell you what, though, stay away from eastern Montana. There's not much to look at there. You got to come to the western part of the state. Right. That's where the mountains are at.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want the mountains. I want the colors.
Well, see, if you go to the western part of the state, you know, basically anywhere from Bozeman west, you're good to go. You know, then you got both national parks right there.
I heard winters are hell, though.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They can be pretty bad. They can be pretty long.
I'm sorry, I hate it down here when it gets damn 20 degrees or -5. God damn.
I know. I mean, it gets cold here. I have a diesel pickup, so I got to put degeller in my pickup in the wintertime because it gets to be below zero for a couple weeks at a time sometimes. So, but it's a trade-off because we deal with that for a little bit, but then it's beautiful the rest of the time. So
there you go.
It is what it is. I'm used to it. I've been here my entire life, so you kind of just it is what it is,
Yeah,
for sure. All right.
Right on, you guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. And I had a lot of fun. Honestly, I know it wasn't much wrestling, but you guys, this has been great. Right. And
it's all good.
I'm welcome to come back anytime you want me to. I'll come back and chat with y'all.
Once you start dipping your toes in the Bray Wyatt thing and the Fiend thing, hey, these are some cool characters with the Wyatts, man. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Hey, once he does the Fiend bust, we might have to, and he gets his blender skills up, we might have to have him do the Wyatt sick.
That's what I was talking about.
Saying,
that would be cool. And even if I can't do it, I mean, we can work out with. I've been kind of talking with one of these designers pretty heavily about doing a lot of different pieces for me, so maybe he can do it for us. Oh, and I know that he could. So if that's something you guys want to do, I mean, no files not an issue. We just got to pay someone to do the files for us. So we'll make it happen.
Right. Awesome.
All right, Chris. Appreciate it, man.
Well, thank you.
Sounds good, you guys. No problem. Right. See you later. Take care.
See you later.
Bye. All right. Well, that was our guest.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we want to thank everybody for stopping by today.
That turned into a little more than an hour of just talking.
And I'll just be 100% right now. I was not feeling it in the beginning because I was like, what are we going to talk about?
Oh, no.
But it led to some great stuff, man. Yeah, we even have Fleming saying he loved the wrestling stuff of what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, it's good to change it up a little bit, but I mean, like, oh god, here
Now
we
I can
go.
put this on.
Now he can put on his 3D printed belt.
Yeah, this is 3D printed by Lucha.
We're still live, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we want to bring up like what we were talking about earlier, Josh? Karrion Kross?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going
I heard
on?
that was a work though.
You think?
That's,
You
I mean,
think
that's
they're
what I'm
gonna
hearing,
work?
but you can only go, with
You
what.
think they're gonna go to the point of moving him to the
Who else did
other
they
side
move
of the
to Illuminati,
website?
Josh? And we thought they were gone. There was somebody else
Brock
last
Lesnar?
year.
Yeah, they did that to Brock.
But apparently he's being paid the whole time.
Yeah, that's. I think Meltzer's the one that said that.
Yeah. I hope Cross isn't out. Well, he just right before we went live, he went live. He has a video on YouTube, like a 2-part series of like the end is here or something like that. Like where it's like a mini documentary about like him talking about like what could be coming next.
Yeah.
But I really hope he stays with the WWE because I would hate to see him go to AEW.
Yeah,
right?
You know what? I don't even think he would do that. He like Matt Cardona and Shotzi, they're doing so fucking well right now, man. He would kill it on the indies, dude. They would really kill it. And me and Josh heard something crazy, man. We were leaving work. I was playing a video, and it was Collision, AEW Collision, and they're talking about something in New Jersey hosted by The Rock.
Full Gear.
What?
Yes, man.
But is it? Well, where is The Rock at? The prison
in New Jersey? No, that's in San Francisco.
That's San Francisco. Okay, I was trying to.
No, it said hosted by The Rock. Full Gear hosted by The Rock.
Unless, hear me out, because he's got that new movie coming out where he's like a UFC fighter. So they could be promoting it like it's brought to you by The Rock, but they're really like
movie.
Yeah, The Rock is coming out with a new movie where he's
what's the name of the movie?
I don't know.
It's Mark Coleman, I think.
Yeah, but it said Full Gear was going to be hosted by The Rock.
Yeah, it said Full Gear will be hosted by The Rock, and people are like blowing up right now, dude.
For
like
AEW?
what the fuck?
Yeah, that's.
And when is that supposed to happen?
November.
Yeah, that should be a November paper.
Or are they buying AEW? What's going on?
That's what I told Josh. I was like, he could have pulled us Vince. You know what I mean?
Or what if Vince bought AEW and they brought I don't think The Rock would ever leave the WWE ever. He makes too much money.
Let me just tell you something. The Rock's all about the money. He don't give a damn if it's WWE, AEW, GCW, ROH. He don't care. If the money's right, he's going to go.
Yeah, but I think he makes too much. He makes too much at WWE because of TKO, because he's a member of the board or director of the board. Plus, I guarantee you, he has big time stock options in TKO.
Oh yeah.
So his money is stacked on stacked on stacked. So
yeah, like I just Googled it.
I'm sending it to both y'all.
I just Googled it up and it said not being hosted by The Rock.
Listen, hold up. Hey.
August 25th for that one coming up.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
22nd, Newark, New Jersey, Prudential Center, The Rock hosting Full Gear. Tickets available Monday, August 20th.
The Rock hosting Full Gear.
But it could be the fake Rock? A new Rock?
Oh, yeah, that'll go over real well.
I mean, could it be an actual Rock?
That would be hilarious.
They say he might, what's it, Excalibur must have been drunk or something.
Because there's no way. There's no way.
Only way I'm going to have to do is rewatch Collision and look at the Young Bucks Brodito match.
Yeah. But
Prudential, well.
Dwayne Johnson doesn't care about if it's about the money. I'll purchase the other company.
Right.
Karrion Cross says Bray Wyatt wanted him and AEW Team the Righteous in his Wyatt faction. I can see that.
Man, I missed SmackDown on Friday, so I have no clue what's been happening. I saw Raw. I missed SmackDown.
SmackDown was pretty good. We had setting up for some other stuff.
Well, I did see the highlight where freaking what's his name put Cody in the side of the table or the commentary desk.
Yeah.
Woo! I was like, that had to hurt.
Oh yeah, because Cena came out at the beginning, and then Logan Paul came out, and now they're set up for Clash in Paris or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah.
So when will we get Cena Brock then?
It's gonna be November.
Damn, they're gonna play this for a while then.
I guarantee it's gonna be November. But then there's a talks that Edge's contract or Cope's contract ends in
year.
November.
We've already looked it up.
So he could
2026.
Yeah, it could. We could have Cena's last match as Edge and Cena. That would be great. But I don't know how good it would be because Cope's
his contract does not end until October of 2026.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he re-up for another year?
And plus, you got to realize in AEW, when you're you get injured there, you're still getting paid, but it also extends your contract by how long you was injured.
Gotcha.
So his won't be up until next October.
Man,
we'll get an AJ run. We'll get an AJ run against Cena. But I heard it's supposed to be Ilya Dragunov is supposed to come back, and we're gonna have an AJ Styles.
Finally,
Ilya Dragunov
finally coming back.
Yeah,
about time.
Yeah. He's been gone for a while. Are y'all gonna watch AAA this weekend?
What's it gonna be on? Peacock.
YouTube.
Next year.
YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube, and it's going to be, since the WWE is hosting it, it'll be on their YouTube channel, and it'll be in English and Spanish. So Corey Graves will be one of the English commentaries.
Is that going to be, Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to see that Dom match. Let's see if he walks away with that title.
That'd be awesome.
Dual champion.
Right.
That'd be awesome. They're doing.
I'm sure they're going to give it to him. I'm sure they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. They're the powerhouse now, WWE. You know what I mean? It's just AAA is just a subsidiary now, you know?
Yep. For sure.
Poor El Patron. Where will he go now?
Poor feller.
Yeah. AEW probably.
Man. Did I see correctly that oh my god, why do I want to call him Dusty? Cody's brother, Dustin? Did he lose the title?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish I could have watched. I saw a little highlights. I wish I would have watched that match.
He got a screwdriver through his leg too.
Dang.
Yeah. He's having.
I'm glad they put it on for a minute though.
He's having double knee replacement.
It's about that time.
So,
yeah.
You know.
I think so.
He's telling it the truth. He's the last of his kind. He sure the fuck is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gave it to him. He had it for a little bit. But I mean, hell, it seems like everybody Kyle Fletcher wrestles has to fucking either have something done, be injured, go away for a while.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of the guy that he fought.
What's his fucking name?
What's his name? Is it Kyle Fletcher?
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher.
That won the title from him?
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of his until I saw him at All In.
Oh, he's good, man.
And stuff. I was like, damn, he's actually good.
Yeah.
Like,
unless
I hate his gimmick.
Like Adam Cole. You know what I mean?
He's got a terrible gimmick, but
yeah.
But I was like,
he was good when he was with Empire.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Him, Ospreay. Can't remember the other guy's name. Too thick for his pants. I say he's too big to be wearing shorts like that. But they were a good tag team, man. I tell you somebody I'm just not impressed with is Cobb, man. It's like, dude, what the fuck? This ain't the same Cobb I remember seeing in Japan and AEW. Mateo, okay, you know what I'm talking about? Mateo?
Mm-hmm. Oh, JC Mateo, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, God dang, man. Watching him is hard. John Cena now only have 11 days in retirement. Yep, 11 matches left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or 11 appearances.
Yeah. I'm glad he.
I'm just glad he had that banger of a match at SummerSlam.
No, Lucha's cleared, but they just ain't using him. I heard.
The last I looked about him, it's like he's technically cleared, but he's still like got a lot of stuff he's working on before he can get back.
That shit about killed him, man. That damn double pneumonia and shit he had.
Yeah.
Because
it's nice when you get something fucking up your lungs.
What is Rhea's husband in the hospital for right now?
Buddy, probably a knee or something.
Oh, he got a broken ankle or something.
Oh, like yeah,
that's a reason to not wrestle. Right? Like if Kurt Angle can wrestle with a broken neck, I think he can wrestle with a broken
freaking neck. Dude, have you seen those videos of Rhea chopping those dudes? Jesus Christ. I'll take one. I'll take one from Rhea. Damn Same. Sure would. Like, but here. Not the chest, Rhea. Not the chest.
She's like, that's extra.
Yeah. That's going to cost you extra.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, God, guys.
All right. Well.
Where'd you go, man? We missed you there for a while.
I'll tell you when we're not live.
Oh, okay. Headache probably still bothering you, ain't it?
Something like that.
I can tell because they keep doing that and everything else. So,
well, if you want, let's call it so he can get some rest.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's let Lucha handle it this week.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
You got it, brother. You got it.
All right. Well, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for tuning in for. I don't know if it's been y'all's first special guest, but a special guest. Chris from Nice Freaking Models is what I'm going to call it. Make sure you guys check out his content. It's like really cool. Let's help him get to where he needs to be. I'm Lucha OKC. We got Chris right up here. We got Josh right over here. One day I'll get it right.
Yeah. We're always swapped for some reason.
Yeah, you know. Josh is always playing with the order. It is what it is. What do you producers, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Well, guys, again, thanks for hanging out with us. And as Chris always says, Gladiators out.
Got it.